Hey everybody, welcome back to Vergen, the town of mazes, harpies, and weird dudes asking us for harpy feathers. So we're gonna do a couple of things here. Number one, we're gonna go and we're gonna talk to our old buddy. And then we're gonna go and talk to Philippa's little slave chick. And then we're gonna see where that leads us. A lot of people are seemingly very concerned about making sure I don't progress anything outside of the main quests. So the thing is that, like, the clear main ones are about the royal blood, searching the ravines, I imagine, the eternal battle, matter of life and death. They all kind of link together. We even have, like, returning memories, but that's not something we can really control. Now I realized how much you need to... He had invested in the search for the woman abducted from the Isle of Avalok. Hatred symbolized, talk to Cecil Burden. We could definitely go and do that. I think we could do that. Mind you, it might be a main. And then collecting 60 harpy feathers, delivering them to this guy. So we've got the harpy contract, and we've got the arm wrestling as side quests, but then some of these other ones aren't clearly defined as to what is main and what's not going to be, like, what's going to push things forward and what's not. So hopefully we can get things done, but let's see where this stuff leads. We got to talk to Zoltan, and we got to talk to Philippa's girl. Her name is Cynthia, I think. So we'll do that. Also, people have been asking, is The Witcher coming out every day, or is it coming out every couple of days? The goal really and truly is to release it every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the only reason it wouldn't is if I got pulled back at work, or if I was too busy to be able to do it. So yes, the intention is to get it done every single day. Once we get closer towards, like, the Witcher 3 release, videos may either speed up or slow down, and that would be done with the intention of trying to get the last video of the series up kind of the night before the Witcher 3 releases, just for, like, a cool kind of fun timing thing. So let's go ahead and talk to Zoltan. I think I'm pronouncing his name too aggressively. Zoltan.
Look, another one. You let one human in, and in no time, you've
God
got
damn it, you guys. Just straight racism.
I heard human women need only set astride a man's plans for their bellies to puff up.
Who's this, my failing eye spy? Geralt of Rivia visiting old Yarpen Zigrin.
Yeah, okay, so he's chatty as well. Let's talk to him. Do you remember Brenna?
Did you fight at Brenna?
Oh, fuck. I knows you've got amnesia, but you could have remembered that. It was a beautiful day. On one side, 46,000 black ones. On the other, us, the Nordlings, together. The Redanians led by De Ruyter on the left, the Temerian regiments in the middle, and us on the right. The Mahakam Volunteer Army, all dwarves. Even the likes of Cohor must have shit his britches at the sight of us.
He hardly lacked courage, as I heard it.
All right, brave bastard, that's true. Prefer to die than run like a rat. I don't believe I've ever seen a bigger melee, except maybe 3 years ago here at Vergen. Would have managed that day too, even without the magic. That burning shit that fell from the sky. Why, even the Dun banner knelt before us when we brought our battle axes down.
Some say not one of the Dun banners survived. Any truth to that?
Biggerhorn nabbed the survivors as they fled south. But most men of the banner lie in the catacombs, along with their standard. The Dun banner. What the hell kind of name is that for a unit anyway? It's as if they couldn't get their fucking flag clean.
That's funny. Were you in Rivia 5 years ago when they stuck a pitchfork in my gut?
Were you in Rivia when I got caught on that pitchfork?
Was I? Fuck, Wolf, I saw you die.
Okay.
I didn't see the little bastard who took you for a haystack, but I swear it looked like you weren't going to make it. So I'm well glad you managed to lick your wounds.
I don't know if it taught me anything.
Come on, I had to. Not many have survived their own death.
You haven't noticed that I'm pissing up wind again. fighting for a cause that isn't mine.
No, I haven't. A free upper Aedirn is in the interests of any decent fellow.
So legend has it that we were stabbed in the chest by kind of like a nobody, like just a guy with a pitchfork. And it's just crazy to think about that because we're so strong in so many ways, and then just one mistake and some random guy pitchforking us, and that's what ended up quote-unquote killing us. What's Philippa up to?
I've been trying to figure out what Philippa Eilhart's doing in all this mess.
Same thing as always. Conspiring until she gets her pubes in a knot.
I know you hate sorceresses, but try to put your animosity aside.
We hate them, that's a fact. But why do you think that is? It's not because of their secret knowledge or their nice tits. Their hearts are full of dung, Geralt. Mark my words.
You exaggerate.
No, maybe not all of them. But Eilhart's the worst. Need I remind you
Really?
how she peddled her arse to Dijkstra just to learn the plans of the Redanian intelligence service? Everyone in Vergen knows she's not into cog. I tell you this, it's her ilk that caused the ruckus on Thanad Island. Think she's any different here? I'm crap at talking, Geralt, but you do all right. So I'd appreciate, as soon as Saskia's better, slip a word in her ear to watch out for Philippa.
How's the training coming along?
Getting anywhere with the new recruits?
Like whores in a brothel. They're plowing away at full speed. Saskia's army's full of men
I love the
better holding
dwarves.
their bricks and a weapon. But Zoltan and I are helping them catch up. Most importantly, they don't lack spirit.
They won't defeat Henselt's regulars with zeal alone.
We'll show you what an army facing either victory or death is capable of. For we've no other choice, Geralt.
Let's ask him about the arm wrestling. We are
Zoltan
here.
claims you can arm wrestle like no one else.
He's right. Did he tell you I beat him?
Omitted that bit somehow.
Oh, fart.
Want to wrestle me?
I'm ready for your challenge always.
Let's
So,
go for it.
Show me what you got.
He doesn't stand a chance. Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, we got it, we got it, we got it. Oh, shit.
This place stinks of cheese.
The peasants now refuse to travel here.
Give in, pal.
Dream of fighting, looting.
That's some training you received at Kaer Morhen.
You're no wimp yourself.
One freak bigger than the next.
They want
Okay, so he's done. Let's see. Bested Yarpin, though not without effort. Incidentally, he learned that Scalen Burdon, the alderman's nephew, was the local arm wrestling champion. Fact that was grating on the old crew's nerves. Taking Scalen down a peg would earn the Witcher the eternal gratitude of Zoltan's friends. All right, well, that's something we could probably do.
Geralt, first throat of the Witcher's Guild. Finally, a drink with someone worth talking to.
Short on company?
What can Yarpin tell me? I prefer listening to horses fart.
Like, the dwarves, they're just hilarious. I don't get it. They're perfect. Tell me about Vergen, if you
Bergen
can.
seems like an ancient town. Do you know its history?
It's one of the mining colonies Mahakam established. There were lots of them just 500 years ago. Now they're mostly in ruins. It was the first town where dwarves and humans began working side by side. For the past 3 years, it's been a symbol of our common death.
Okay. Yorvith, he's been going through some changes.
Yorvith seems to have changed. Have you noticed?
Oh, has his arse grown fatter in Saskia's keep?
An elf who was the greatest foe of humans will now fight for their freedom. Doesn't that surprise you?
Only harpies don't change their minds. I'm no expert on elves, but as I see it, he's got a stiffy for Saskia.
Yorvith?
He stood all
Yeah,
gentle
I
as
got
a
that
lamb
vibe too,
council,
though.
stealing glances at her chits. When she spoke to him, he looked as happy as a fool whittling a wooden toy.
I totally got that vibe.
The Kingslayer's trail has gone cold. Have you heard anything?
No one could sneak into Vergen. We watched day and night. Anyway, who would they come for here? Stennis? Why so keen on capturing the assassin of kings?
Well, there's a lot of reasons. But mainly because I need to clear my own name.
Because I'm innocent.
The wise among us know that, and I wouldn't listen to the fools.
I
Yeah,
can only
but
prove my innocence
there's a
by
lot of
dragging
fools.
in the real culprit. No other way. I wanted to talk to you about the Free State of Vergen. We haven't had the occasion somehow.
True.
Do you buy into Saskia's ideals?
Are you asking me if I believe what she says, or if I believe she'll be successful?
Both. Both, yes.
Saskia's no liar, that's a fact. But whether we'll manage, who can tell? One thing is sure, we'll never know if we never try. For now, a great battle awaits. A battle in which elf, dwarf, and human will stand side by side. And that is beautiful in itself.
It's also the biggest potential weakness.
Nothing unites folk like shared death. I believe those who survive will honor the deaths of their comrades.
If they win.
Even if they don't. News spreads fast. Others will follow in our footsteps.
They play dice here.
Any idea where I can play dice around here?
Try the blacksmith's helper.
Okay. And you want to throw down some arm wrestling.
I'll arm wrestle you anytime. Now, even.
Time to put him in his place.
That witcher, who's he?
He travels.
If only I could grow a beard like him.
monsters for coin.
Has he got those glistening eyes?
Sorcerers.
I hear them talking about me in the background. Like, have some decency. Too easy, Zoltan. Too easy.
You had me over a barrel. Did your mum have it off with a bullock?
Too easy. Okay, so we have somebody in here. It's Skaggs, isn't it?
Like these balls!
There we go. How are
How
things?
are you, Sheldon?
Better than at Brenna, though we've quite a rumble ahead of us. But I promise you this, we'll kick Henselt's arse and send him scurrying back to Kedwin.
Zoltan says your company are true arm wrestling masters.
Unbeatable, last I recall.
Is that
Let's
so?
see.
Care to check if that's still true?
Sounds good. Ready to take me on?
So
Give me
ready.
your best shot.
Throw a rock, no matter the direction, and you'll likely hit a sorceress.
I don't
That's how
find
it
that
is these
any of them are
days.
inherently more
Mages have
difficult,
descended from
really.
their towers and installed
Once you
themselves
figure
in
out just
court.
how sensitive to be, it's
Even worse, a sorcerer.
always pretty simple.
Did I mention something? Got to hand it to them.
Sure there's no dwarfen blood in your family?
I'll tell you when I get my memory back.
Sabrina Cleversig.
All right. We may as well beat the other one. Scalen Burden? There he is. Hey, Scalen. Guess what?
Geralt, right? My uncle's told me a lot about you. Nice work with those spectres. And Saskia. Well, I wager the gods didn't think you could save her.
Your uncle?
Cecil. I help him out here
Oh,
and there
okay.
managing Vergen.
Burden.
Scalen Burden's my name.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
We could do dice, but I'm not really that interested. Plan to fight in the battle?
What'll you do when the battle rolls around?
I'll be right out front fighting. Uncle Cecil's allowed it. Says I'm an adult. I'm gonna kick some kid when he asks.
No fears?
Of what? My uncle believes I can do it, and Yarpin taught me how to swing an axe with follow-through. I'll smash a few heads, then go to the tavern and drink till I drop.
Just be careful. You don't want to get too proud out there.
Battles are unpredictable, and this'll be your first. You'll have to kill, wade through piles of bloody corpses, all the while watching you don't get cut down yourself. Sure you're ready for this?
To tell the truth, I'm shitting myself a bit. Straw dummies.
Oh,
That's
my
all I've
God.
swung at so far. When I think on what's going to happen here. But, all for one and one for all, right? Just don't tell my uncle, please. He's thrashed me a few times already for talk like that.
I won't say a word.
Just be smart out there. By the way, the mine is safe now.
The mine's safe again. Any plans to do something with it?
Course. Soon as the battle's done, we'll resume digging. Shame to let those rich deposits go to waste. My uncle says they'll put Vergen right back on his feet. Zoltan's talking about a shared enterprise or some such. He's to manage operations with my uncle as general overseer. We just got to save the town first.
Gotcha. Can you tell me about your uncle a bit?
Is Cecil your guardian?
Aye. Ever since my parents passed on. They took me in, fed me, taught me a profession and how to live, really.
How did your parents die?
During one of the massacres Demavend arranged for us. But I'd rather not talk of that.
Oh, fair enough.
Sorry.
I'm looking for places of power.
I'm looking for places near Vergen where magic would be strong. Somewhere a sorcerer might have stayed.
Let me think. Verfrin, a summoner of elementals, once lived in the wood beyond Vergen.
Okay.
They say his creatures excavated the entire southern wall. You could also search the nearby ruins and abandoned crypts. If boulders with arms and legs aren't magic, then I don't know what is.
Okay, well that's a few places. I wonder if that actually updates, No, it doesn't look like it updated anything.
He's one who can
Scalen, where are you going?
fate of kingdoms.
You want to arm wrestle
Hey,
me?
Scalen, wanna arm wrestle?
I really like to wrestle, but
No
what?
buts. You either wanna wrestle or not.
you know there's no one to match me in Vergen.
It's not
Me.
the contest of the century, I just want to test you.
Steady on. I've got conditions. First, you have to beat Yarpen and Sheldon.
Done, brother. It's done.
You may have beaten Dopey and Sneezy, but don't expect me to be such a pushover.
Show me what you're made of.
All right. Want to take me on?
I do.
Show me what you're made of.
Very true. Sets
Show me what you're made of. Okay, we have spectators. Easy does it. Easy. Oh, damn it. I got greedy. Shit. The one time I said nobody's inherently more difficult, but he actually is. No, I'm gonna lose.
Had you met him before, you'd be dead.
No.
Recently stopped
Frick.
He regrets that decision.
Got me a good strong
too
arm,
funny.
eh?
Of course.
Maybe things he's
Get over here. Rematch.
See that you.
Not you. Don't walk away.
Hey, Scalen,
I really...
I had him right there too.
show me what...
Can't believe it. After I said, "Oh, arm wrestling's so easy," of course that's what would happen.
Look, another one. You let one human in, and in no time, you've got a swarm.
like ants there.
Careful.
I heard human women need only sit astride a man's pants for their bellies.
There it is again. What the frick? Oh my god. Okay, he's actually tough. Because one little tiny move at the end and getting it back on there is like very tough. Like I just can't believe. Of course I would say it too. Like why would I say it out loud? And then of course it gets way more difficult. Should have known, Karma.
No pig can jump higher than its snout, so let them fight for their freedom and ours.
There we go.
I think I've heard of you.
I believe I'd split a rock with my dick sooner than I'd beat you at arm wrestling.
I guess that makes me the new champion of Vergen.
my god.
No shame in losing to the White Wolf. Though there's one who could still be a match for you.
Who's that?
The mighty Numa. I wrestled him in Kovir. Couldn't move my arm for the next week. They say he don't play fair. But that's just losers talking. You ever wrestle him? Give him my regards.
I'll keep my eyes out. I'll keep my eyes out.
He travels the lands, killing.
Okay, so that's done. We just have a couple of side things here, but let's go and talk now to Philippa's little servant friend. I don't know if friend is quite the right word, with servant being in front of it. I believe that Philippa is up here in this area. I think. I should almost like, I should just find a map, print it out, keep it somewhere, because this little town gets the best of me.
I don't know.
So,
Thought it over.
Yeah, isn't she up here? In this little isolated one?
What's to consider? You're been floating.
I think so. There we go.
Medallion's telling me something.
What is the medallion telling us? This is Philippa. Yeah, this is the girl we're supposed to talk to. I wonder if in The Witcher 3 we're just gonna be able to loot people's stuff like it's our own. Cynthia. How much does a magic course cost these days?
Just out of curiosity, how much does a magic course cost these days?
I'm certain you can't afford it, Witcher. Besides, you're too old.
Oh, come on.
No matter. I have a few of my own tricks as it is.
You mean Witcher science?
You're just laughing at us.
Philippa can conjure up the illusion of a garden full of flowers, fruit trees, and young elves of both sexes copulating merrily all the day. And the illusion is complete. The flowers have an aroma. The fruit and she-elves are juicy.
Invite me over the next time she conjures up this garden.
Seriously.
I'd gladly see it. Professional curiosity.
Naturally. But I doubt Philippa's in the mood for complicated illusions. She focuses all her efforts on Saskia.
And who are you exactly?
Who are you?
I'm Cynthia, a mage in training. Philippa is my mentor.
My condolences.
No need for that. True, she's a demanding mistress, but she can also be charming. Besides, she's the best there is, Witcher. She has no equals. Excepting, perhaps, the old elven sorceresses. You should see her cast spells. Light and graceful she is. Not like that old tart de Tanzaville.
So you know Sheila.
You know Sheila?
I've seen her cast spells. I've seen all the great sorceresses at work. Sheila's quite manly in her style. Precise, logical, exceptionally composed. But she lacks grace and suppleness.
Is that your opinion? Or are you just repeating what Philippa says?
We agree in our assessment. Triss Marigold, on the other hand, is talented. But she lacks determination, courage, and a certain cold willfulness that seems necessary.
That's interesting.
Kira Metz and Margarita Lowe Antiel are both blasé, seemingly resigned. One's a hedonist and nymphomaniac. The other cares only about her school. They lost
Which one's
enthusiasm
which?
for magic long ago. Then there's Francesca Finderbear.
We keep hearing about her.
Nobody really knows what the old she-elf is capable of. But she's clearly very powerful.
I take it Philippa has none of these flaws, but she must have some weakness.
Ambition. Infinite, boundless, and burning like the Korath Desert.
Very interesting. Okay. Interesting. I thought that she was maybe going to lead us somewhere, but no, not quite.
You wanted to discuss something? Remember the antidote for Saskia. It's very important.
Okay, so the good news is that we really just have a couple of things to do here. So let's review. We have the harpy stuff. Okay, cool, not a problem. I have to farm those anyways, so I should just do that. We could go and talk to Cecil. That's something we could try and get accomplished here.
What's this? Clad in hues of green.
And the harpies, I don't want to blow up all their nests because I'm going to need some of their materials to actually build the Oathbreaker set. And then just oh, are you serious? Dude? Oh, God. I met your nephew, by the way. Let's talk to him about the medicine.
Saskia needs help, Cecil. Philippa can produce an antidote, but she needs a magic artifact to do that.
Would you like a fern and a dancing worm to go with it? Listen, I don't know about magic, but there is a place, as long as I can remember, it's been of interest to sorcerers. They say it's a very strong intersection. Look for magic there.
Where exactly is there?
Seek out the ruins in the forest beyond Bergen. There's a place of power there. You can't miss it.
Okay, so that's a couple people that have referenced this.
Saskia's a tough girl.
forest.
She'll bounce back. Keep your head up.
Thanks, Cecil.
No, Witcher. I thank you. Save that lass, and you'll save my town.
Fair enough. Find the place of power where Cecil Burton mentioned. Do you know anyone who took part in the battle 3 years ago?
Cecil, do you know anyone who fought in the war 3 years ago?
I did.
Did you fight here at Vergen?
Course.
Philippa claims you know a bit about the battle.
That old cook Henselt, called king by some, thought that Aedirnians were bumpkins who'd ship bricks as soon as his troops crossed the river.
Why did he attack Edirn?
According to Henselt, Upper Edirn is the ancient legacy of the Kedwenny crown and must be returned to the mother country. Brazen farter.
That brazen farter had a point. If you read some history, you'll know that 300 years ago this land belonged to Kedwen.
Load of crab. 700 years ago, the elves reigned here. And 1,000,000 years ago, these lands were the domain of the worms. If things worked that way, every king could invade a neighboring land and claim his right to do so because an ancestor took a dump there.
He's got a point.
Right. Hensel wanted to conquer Upper Edirn. What then?
He rolled in, got hammered, and rolled out.
Cecil, that doesn't help me much.
It wasn't a battle. It was a slaughter. If I try speaking of it, I'll see it all again. I don't want.
The ghosts of the fallen fight in the mist. They turn into horrible creatures called Draugrs. Edirnians, Kedwenny, men, elves, and dwarves too.
Bloody hell. No peace even after death.
I want to help them, but I need to know more about the battle.
Very well. Listen, a beautiful day that grew hot later. Very hot. When Vandegrift attacked in the afternoon, he sent a dun banner at the fore. Many of our lads shit themselves at the mere sight of their standard, but we had a surprise of our own. Under the cover of night, we prepared fire pits. Our archers lit them up at the right moment. I still can't believe we managed to fool their scouts. If it wasn't for that ambush, we wouldn't be speaking today. They likely wouldn't be in Upper Edirn at all. We decimated the dun banner, but that was only the beginning. Seltkirk was our commander. Everywhere he appeared, the Kedwennies gave ground. He wreaked havoc among them. Hearts rose at the mere sight of his armor. Then, Vandegrift himself entered the fray. Seltkirk met him in the middle of the field. In the end, Vandegrift killed Seltkirk. A terrible death that sent the Aedirnian ranks into disarray. I thought it was the end of us. Then the sky fell, as if the stars themselves had decided to avenge the death of a great knight. Fire covered the battlefield. Nobody sought the enemy. They were all looking for somewhere to flee. Yes, there were no more friends and enemies, only the living and the dead. They say it was the doing of a Kedwenny sorceress who wanted revenge on Vandegrift. Could be true, as Henselt had her executed right after the battle.
So this is interesting because this could have really come in handy before we talked to that spirit.
You saw the Kedwennies cross the river?
From afar, I saw Vandegrift leading 4,000 heavily armed men. Many a heart sank when we saw the elite bearheads or the armored banners from Ardcarrig. The dun banner was in the middle, veterans of Brenna. As soon as he set foot on Aedirnian land, Vandegrift climbed a hill and surveyed the area as if it was his fief. Son of a bitch was as sure of himself as ever. Upon spying him, I remember the dwarves all dropped their trousers and showed him their asses. Then Seltkirk stepped out in front of us. His white armor shone in the sun. We were afraid a Kedwenny arbalist would shoot him, but they too stood as if frozen, and Seltkirk just looked at them and bowed ever so slightly.
And how did the battle start?
Remember anything from before the battle?
As if it was yesterday. Henselt's troops crossed the Pontar the third day after the autumn equinox. Edirn had good spies, so we were ready for them, and Seltkirk lined up our troops along the hills. Our hearts rose at the sight of the banners of Vengerberg, Aldersberg and Gullet fluttering in the wind. Knights and armored infantry side by side in our ranks. Even the peasants had their regiments. The dwarves were on the left flank. Over 5,000 strong we were. Nobody caring about race or background, like never before. Only King Demavend was missing, but he must have had more important business than defending his country.
Yeah, something. And what happened to the Dun Banner?
You captured the Dun Banner standard.
We already know.
Henselt's choice troops, and not a one survived. The visitors sent them to their deaths. Refused to give them reinforcements. He was a monster in human form. The men of the Dun were real swaggerers. Killed a lot of our lads, but for every Dunner, there were 7 Adarnians. They had no chance. Aye, we captured their standard. We buried what was left of them in the crypts beyond Vergen. Their standard lies with them. Worthy foes are to be respected, even in death.
I'm going to need that standard.
Did you see the duel between Seltkirk and Vandergrift?
Did you see the duel between Seltkirk and Vandergrift?
I stood half a furlong from them. Never seen a fight like it. Probably never will again. They'd already met once, at a jousting tournament in Ardcarreg. Seltkirk won there. He beat on the visitor so hard he broke his sword. Seltkirk was a true knight, the last of his breed. Vandergrift was so pissed off after that tournament he hanged the smith who made his sword and ordered a special one from a sorcerer. I bet he cut down Seltkirk with that new sword.
Vandergrift is dead. What happened to his sword?
Saskia's got it. Good thing, too. Only her hand can tame the hatred enchanted in that sword. After the battle, when the flames abated, the scavengers came. They stole everything. Imagine, not a single keepsake or Seltkirk in the whole of Edirn. His brother babbles something about a gauntlet, but he's a lying dog.
Thanks, Cecil. That helped.
Thanks, Cecil. That was helpful. I think I know what I need to lift the curse now.
Madame Eilhard claims you need 4 symbols. The standard symbolizes death. Vandergrift's sword stands for hatred. What about the other 2?
I have a feeling Philippa has a handle on the rest.
Here's hoping you're right.
So that's actually pretty cool. One of the things that I really, really like about most of the characters is that they're all really good storytellers. And I think that, like, I don't know, they just do it so well. Wait for events to unfold. Okay, there's nothing I can do there. Sack full of fluff, definitely I could do. Returning memories, nothing I can do. Search for Letho's trail, nothing I can do. Harpy contract, well, I could do that, but that's part and parcel with Sack full of fluff and farming the Oathbreaker. Matter of life and death, find a rose of remembrance, a source of power, an immortal, and some royal blood. That's all part of a larger picture. Find the Dun Banner standard, Vandergrift's sword. So that's not going to happen, I presume. We have the standard, but Vandergrift's sword we can't do until we find Triss, I think. So we have to search the ravines, but that's going to progress things. We need to go to Stennis, but we can't do that because he's all pissed off and won't talk to us. And then pretty much the place of power. So I'm thinking that we should probably take the next time to, I'll do this off camera, but I'll just farm a bunch of the harpies, get the Oathbreaker thing going. I can deliver these harpy feathers to Elton, and then use the harpy traps to bust down some nests, which are all mostly in that little circular winding path area that we had run into before. And then we could go find this place of power, I think. So that, I think, makes sense, but if you guys think of anything else, let me know, and I'd be happy to check it out. So thanks once again, guys. We'll see you very soon, and take care. Goodbye.